What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Double Trouble Podcast. Bunny's there. I'm here. I'm Nunn Gaming. Definitely check me out on the links below. We got a lot of news. Boy, do we have news. And a lot of it is going to be rants from me. But
we're doing a role reversal this time. Usually it's me who does the controversial and rants. This time it's Nunn that's doing it.
All right. Well, do you mind if I start off first?
Go for it. I mean, you're the one that's going to be complaining a lot.
Because I got to get this off my chest. Now, I like Spider-Man 2. Anyone who's watched my video, Top 10 Games of 2023, knows it made the list. I like the game. But why did Sony... Is this just because Spider-Man got snubbed at the Video Game Awards? Sony had their own awards, which is fine, sort of like Xbox, and I think PC had their own awards as well. Spider-Man 2 won 7 awards at the Sony Game Awards. 7. The same amount that they didn't win over on the Video Game Awards. This almost seems like Sony was so butthurt, mad because they didn't win nothing at the Video Game Awards, so they had their own awards. And they had basically Spider-Man, a Sony-owned game, clean up. It's like, I like the game, but it doesn't, like, it's not groundbreaking. It's for me, it's like a $50 DLC, really. It's a good game, but all these things that they won, really? What do you think, man? Because I know you like it.
I definitely enjoyed Spider-Man 2. I thought it was really, like you said, it's not groundbreaking. It was fun. It was really, the story was really good. The game was fun. I do agree with you. The whole Sony Awards giving Spider-Man 2 everything felt like it was kind of like, oh, we're so sorry you lost. Here, have this one too. You deserved this one as well. You know what? We'll make up for all 7 for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It almost like, and I'm not trying to compare Spider-Man 2 to Last of Us 2, it almost seemed like that. Because remember when Last of Us 2 came out, it just cleaned up awards, right? Like
it
crazy.
Just took all the awards. I remember that one.
Yeah, and now Spider-Man 2 comes along, wins nothing in the Video Game Awards.
Wins everything in the Sony Awards.
Wins everything in the Sony Awards. And again, not a bad game. I'm not hating on the game. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
You compare, say, a game like Baldur's Gate 3 to Spider-Man 2, there's no comparison.
Not at all.
Not at all. So that was my little mini rant.
That was rant number 1 out of many.
Out of many. Yes, out of many.
All right, well, moving on. This is more of I like this one, and I'm pretty sure none hates this one, but Xbox Game Pass.
Sorry, I want to say one thing. Sorry, I meant to say this. I love the fact, though, in the Sony Awards that Hogwarts Legacy actually won something.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, continuing on, again, Xbox Game Pass continues to remain the best subscription-based ever. And as an Xbox fan, I say hell yeah.
I'm not disagreeing.
PlayStation just isn't getting it right. They're not being able. I think they're running after the money, but not providing anything for it. Whereas Xbox, I mean, Palworld, which we'll talk about a little bit later, which was one of the groundbreaking games because it just so many people downloaded it on day one. It sold like 8 million or so copies.
Whoa!
And it was free on Xbox Game Pass.
There you go.
Whereas on PC, you have to buy it. Xbox Game Pass holders, you have it for free. PlayStation, you have to buy it as well. Yeah. So Xbox just continues to show how subscription-based apps and all this should be done properly. So well done to Xbox. Continuing on.
I'm going to agree with you 100% on that because of one particular thing. When I played Atomic Hearts last year, I played it on the Game Pass. And now obviously... You can play it. I have an Xbox now, so yes, I'm not just a PS fanboy now. I'm actually have an Xbox, and you play it on Xbox for Game Pass for like what $20 Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
compared to the PlayStation 5, which is about $79.99, that's not really much of a comparison, really.
No.
And then you look at an upcoming game, Persona 3 Reloaded, that's coming straight to Game Pass. I understand why Sony, in a sense, doesn't want to put it on their PlayStation Plus Premium, but come on, you got to give us something a little bit more than games that are 10 years old. Right?
100%.
One example, Red Dead Redemption, when it got remastered, it should have went to the PlayStation Plus Premium. Because I believe it went to Game Pass. I believe it went to Game Pass.
It did. You're right. You're absolutely right. It did.
And then meanwhile, they're charging $70 for this. Moving on.
Well, before that, let us know in the comments down below if you agree that Xbox Game Pass continues to remain number one. We'd like to hear from you as well.
Speaking of remasters, let's talk about Last of Us 2. And
doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. This remaster, quote unquote remaster, I don't understand this thing. I really don't. Now, I played the first game, thought the first game was great. Played the second game, I thought, it's okay, but it's not groundbreaking, it's not great, it's just an okay game. And I'm sure people are going to be flagging the comment section now. Oh, Nunn Gaming, he's some sort of phobic. No, I just didn't like the game, right? But I watched some of these remaster playthroughs, like a comparison videos.
Yeah.
I don't see no difference. And a lot of people are saying they see no difference in the game. It runs exactly the same if you had the PS4 copy, like a digital copy, on the PS5 compared to the PS5 version. They say there's no difference at all. Graphically, doesn't look like there's any difference. There's a couple new modes here and there.
Yeah.
But to pretty much charge new people who have never played the game a full price is ridiculous. It is beyond ridiculous. You look at something like the Mass Effect trilogy that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Now, BioWare, changed up the combat in the first game, boosted up the graphics and the sound, fixed all the bugs, and for all three games was $50. Yeah. And that's with all DLC and everything. Somehow Last of Us 2, which doesn't really improve any graphically or anything, is $70. Bunny, explain that to me.
It's all about the money, nothing else. I mean,
it is.
When I tried, unfortunately, I was one of those that tried the non-existing remastered version, and I am fully in support of everyone that says that what the hell was a remaster to this? All you could see was probably brightness was slightly turned up, contrast was slightly turned down, saturation, hue, everything. That was it. There was no remasters. Like Nunn said, there was just a few new modes, which doesn't warrant a full AAA price. It was, and the thing is, it's actually receiving a lot of flashback. It's getting busted everywhere. People are absolutely giving it negative ratings.
Yeah, and then of course, if you have the PS4 version, the digital copy, it can cost you $10 to upgrade. Now, people might say, "Oh, $10 is nothing." No, $10 is actually quite a bit if you consider the Last of Us fan base. It could be quite a lot of money. So, I don't understand this. I mean, it didn't do anything. Like, it's a money grab. That's it. They're preparing for the second season of the TV show. That's it. That's all it's for, really. But
hey, as I said, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Last of Us 1, there's a guy named Angry Joe, and he said it best. Last of Us 1 should have stayed Last of Us.
Yeah. I agree with Angry Joe on that one. Great job. Well said.
Yep.
But again, let us know down below in the comments. What did you guys think of the non-existing Last of Us 2 remastered? Remastered. Did you, like me, look, I openly admit it. I spent the money. I bought it. I regretted it. I tried to refund it. Didn't work. Did any of you actually find it worth it? We want to know down below, because look, I'm laughing at myself. You're laughing at me. Let us laugh at each other.
Yeah, right. Now, to be fair, don't be hateful in the comments, because this, for some reason, Last of Us 2 is a really controversial subject. For some reason, if you don't like the game, you're some sort of phobic or da 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 da. And if you love the game, then you just don't play enough video games, apparently. Let's not be hateful, let's be respectful in the comments, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look, we are here to have fun, bash people in a nice way. You know, we are all about the controversy, but we're not about, you know, this anger and hate and all that stuff.
Right.
We always like to hear your views. So if you don't like the game, tell us you don't like the game. You know, no need to write it in a rude manner. We always love to hear why you hate the game or why you love the game. We love to hear these things because it kind of motivates us to see it in a different view as well, from your point of view, and then probably laugh at you. But moving on, talking about Palworld. Now, as I mentioned, this game on day one, like this game has sold ridiculously amount. I think even the creators didn't expect it to do this well. Was advertised as Pokemon with guns. Now, this is not a review. This is actually just a subsection of it. So I'm just going to divide it into two sections. One, which was my view on the game. I don't know. I just felt like I was playing Ark Survival. And I've not yet managed to see these Pokemon with guns, but that's probably because I'm not religiously playing it. And two, what I've realized, and this has been a big, feedback, is a lot of people are struggling to get to the multiplayer. Like it's not working for quite a lot of players. So what I do like about this, though, Nunn, is the fact that despite people having issues with the game, they're not bashing it. They're actually enjoying it. They're giving it time to further develop, which is something people should do. Like they didn't do it with Cyberpunk, they didn't do it with No Man's Sky, and look at those two games now. They're amazing. Yeah. Same thing, but what I like is that people are kind of not getting up on the hatred, not jumping on the hate bandwagon, but rather giving it time, enjoying the game for what it is, and awaiting updates and patches and whatever to make it that much better.
Yeah. It's I've heard some people play it, and I just haven't gotten into. I just got a backlog, so probably gonna be sitting for a while. But I heard it was good, but I also heard Nintendo might sue them.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Not sure. Let's change gears here, and we're gonna talk about Ubisoft, because we all love Ubisoft and all their staff. So apparently, according to an Ubisoft exec, he's saying that now there's lots of streaming things out there like the PlayStation Plus Premium, Game Pass, all these things. This Ubisoft exec is saying we as gamers need to be comfortable not owning their games in order for subscriptions to take off. I don't agree with this. I don't, because here's the thing. Let's say I have Game Pass. Let's say I get off Game Pass. The games that are on there, I can't play. Now, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. Now, let's say I want to buy a game that I saw on Game Pass. Like, I'm going to spend the money and buy this, right? I bought the game. It's sort of legally mine now. I paid the money for it. And you're telling me I have to be comfortable not owning it. Get the hell out of here. Like, if I'm spending the money, it's legally mine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. But what do you think, man?
So I am completely in agreement with you. I think that was a very, very stupid comment. All right, first and foremost, ladies, I gotta apologize, but I'm very blunt up front. So
yes.
Yeah. So I just say it as it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because that was, I'm sorry to say, a stupid ass comment.
It was.
You buy a game and you got the person, the executive of the company that made that game telling you that, oh, guess what? It's not really yours, even though you paid full price for it for like a AAA game. You paid for it, but it's not yours. So what are you trying to say? Am I leasing it from you? Am I renting it from you? And if I am, why are you charging me full price? I mean, do you remember, let's go back a bit. Do you remember BlizzardCon when everyone was expecting Diablo 4 announcement and it ended up being Diablo Immortal, that amazing phone game? Do you remember that? How pissed off, how everyone booed at the
Yes.
people on stage, and that's I don't think it's really happened much before that. But people
No.
were literally booing to the point where that one very famous gentleman who's become a celebrity came up and said, "Is this a joke?"
Right. And
And
that's
that's the same thing I ask this executive: Is this a joke?
yeah.
Are you trying to become the next Blizzard that people actually start hating?
Yeah. And it's one, but you know who came to our defense in a way for for the little comment, sorry, was Swen from Baldur's Gate 3, the president. And he actually refutes this whole thing. And he actually said that we as a company, we produced the product, we made the product, we developed the product, we send it out to people, and
Yeah,
that they can own it and they can have it. That's
yeah,
pretty much like the ballpark of what he said. He never
yes,
called the guy dumb or stupid or anything like that, but he pretty much agreed that he put all the time, the company puts all the time and energy into making this game so they can ship it out and people can buy it, own it, and have it.
yeah.
So Ubisoft, here's the thing. I like their games, but what's with their management? It's like it's
I mean,
it's
if you look at it, if you really think about it, this is a game that was initially struggling a bit as well because I mean they came out with some amazing Assassin's Creed games,
yes.
but then you know as well as I do that a few of their Assassin's Creed started bombing and they weren't doing as good. Underdog 1 and 2 didn't do good either.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs, that's the one. Well, same shit, as long as you
They
get
were
it's the
good.
dogs.
They were fun games. They were okay
Fun,
games.
yes, but what was promised versus what was delivered was completely, yeah. Anyways, so they were tanking hard. They were losing money. Then they rebooted the whole way we play Assassin's Creed, Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, which was probably the best.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
suddenly, people started enjoy like all of a sudden that passion for Assassin's Creed just came back firing.
Even Mirage wasn't
Now
really
what's
that
happened
bad.
is it feels like the fame has kind of gotten to him,
Yeah.
and that's going to be the downfall.
Yeah. And the thing is that this message is going to kind of come back and bite them because there's going to be people that say, I'm not going to pay for a subscription if I only want to play one game or I already have all these games. Why am I going to pay for a subscription, right?
Yeah.
So, it's not a matter of gamers not being comfortable. It's a matter of game comes out, you like the game, you don't really want to get a subscription just to play one game, so you buy said game.
Yeah.
You're not going to buy a subscription, and yeah. Anyways, let's move on.
Moving on. So this one is more of a really, really positive, happy, great kind of like a small snippet news. And that is an ex-employee has announced that Days Gone 2 is actually under works. And
I'm
a lot
happy.
of people on YouTube have
I'm
started
happy.
making their own videos and all that because everyone's excited.
I am.
Knowing, because look, Days Gone was bombarded by critics, but loved by fans. I thought it was an amazing game.
It was awesome. It had issues.
It was a really amazing zombie game. I loved it.
Yeah.
And
Open world zombie game.
done properly, hordes and everything. The story was done properly. And what happens as soon as there's just a leak of Days Gone 2? I mean, like I said, I'll pause myself here. You get 2 minutes. Go on YouTube, search Days Gone to see how many content creators have started making up, bringing up videos from Days Gone 1 and pronouncing it as Days Gone 2 because it's now one of the hottest things. Right. Everyone's excited for it now. So it just shows the love for that game is extreme.
There was a petition that actually came out after the first game was like when they were going to say, oh yeah, we're going to work on Days Gone 2, and then it got canceled.
Yeah.
A petition came out. Originally, I think it started with 3,000 signatures. And I was one of those first few that actually did sign. And now it's something like, what, 200, 300,000?
Or 350, 400 now.
Something like that. And it's just, and there's a movie coming out as well, and all that as well, which could really rejuvenate and the franchise. And here's the thing, Days Gone had some issues. I'm not debating about those. But it was a fun game. It was a
100%.
great game. It was an open world zombie explorer game And the thing was that it wasn't just a matter of like you run across one zombie, two zombies. There was times you come across 500.
That was, like I said, a horde, a proper
A
horde.
horde. There was a time I actually was playing, and I think I was actually streaming it. You can check out my Twitch, by the way. And I came across 2 hordes at the same
Yeah.
time. I ran out of ammo and had to kill the last 10 with a baseball bat and my boot knife. Like, that's how
Imagine, but that's the thing, imagine there's so much fun to that game. I mean, and that's why, like I said, and it shows. I mean, when you have people using whatever content they can find to express their excitement for Days Gone 2, you have a really success in your hand if you do it right.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about success. I think this is one of the biggest things, one of the most anticipated games for 2024. And I could not believe the news when I heard this, and it just totally blows my mind. I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't done it yet, go out and get your copy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Well, they actually had a bunch, like a ton of collector editions, deluxe editions. Those are sold out.
Mm-hmm.
All of those are sold out. Square, the company who made the game, printed 2 million copies, and so far, 2 million copies of the game, like just the game. So far, 1.7 million have been sold. Now, I'm a digital guy, so I really don't care. I just, hey, it's on sale, I'm buying it, right? But think about that. Think about how much hype is behind this. And 2 million copies were made, and 1.7 is already sold. Like, that amount of copies sold is insane, and the game isn't even out yet. It's not even made. It's not even I think a month away. It's over a month away.
It's over a month away, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, Square's been kind of weird with this, because before with Remake, they had about 10, 15 trailers where they showed everything. They showed who was in it. They showed all the bad guys. They showed everything. You know, where they should have kept secrets, like with Sephiroth's reveal, with Rufus's reveal, and all these things. They should have kept some secrets. Here they showed everything in Remake.
Mm-hmm.
Rebirth has been quiet. We've had about 3 trailers. 3, 4? Usually they're just like bombarding us with trailers by now.
But I think it's a good idea this time.
It is. It is a good idea, because it's not just like, okay, we're all so overdone with this now with all the trailers. We know what we're expecting. Gamers like to be surprised. I'm sort of. And this is the thought process that goes in my mind. This game's going to be 40 hours minimum. Now, that's not average. That's minimum. Average, I think, is about 60, 70 hours. And completionist is about 100, 120.
Yeah.
Now, I can wrap my head around that a little bit. But I can't wrap my head around how big this world is going to be. What are the towns going to look like? Like, I'm trying to think of Costa del Sol and Nibelheim and Cosmo Cannon and all these big open areas. And I can't wrap my head around like how big this world's going to be. You know what I mean?
Massive, yeah.
It's going to be huge, almost Skyrim huge. So,
and you know what? Look, okay. Don't mean to cut you off in there, but think of it like this: when Skyrim initially came out,
yes,
you and I both, we know it was good. It was good, but then when the world that had how much exploration you could do, all that stuff, it just became the game of not just the year, but many, many years. Even till today, people are still playing Skyrim because there's still so much to do. It's like people are. That game, I don't see it ending anytime soon, because people just keep throwing out new stuff to it. Like, it got mods in it, mods made by players. And that makes that game even 10 times better. And guess what? People are, the creators are, acknowledging, and they're approving and appreciating the fact that, the players are making such amazing mods.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that Starfield came out last year, and it just kind of bombed. It wasn't a great game. It was an okay game, but it wasn't great. But everyone kept saying, this is Skyrim in space. I played both games. There's no way that is Skyrim in space. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, um, it's this Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be a huge game. Definitely check it out definitely check out previews, check out reviews. I'm kind of going on lockdown when the game comes out because I've already pre-ordered it and I'm not getting any
I've
spoilers.
pre-ordered it too.
There you go. So you can definitely check it out if you're on PlayStation. It's only on PlayStation. Sorry. So definitely check it out though. But it just blows my mind. 2 million copies made, 1.7 sold. All collector and deluxe editions are sold. Like, I think the last time we had something like that was The Witcher season 3, or not season 3. Sorry, Netflix mode. I think the last time we had that was The Witcher, wasn't it? Because Witcher was such a big game too, and it had the collector mode and deluxe mode.
Witcher, well. Yes.
What Witcher Wild Hunt? Yeah.
Yeah.
But one more piece of news: Twitch is doing something right. I'm surprised by this. Do you want to lead this, though? You want to talk about it? Or?
I'll let you go with this one because, look, I think I've bashed Twitch so much. I think I'm expecting a lawsuit.
You're on their good graces now.
I'm no longer in their good graces. Nah, we love Twitch.
Yeah. I stream on Twitch every Tuesdays and Fridays, so definitely check that out. But Twitch made a change now to smaller streamers. Apparently, according to Twitch, ballparking it here, you could definitely check it out. But if you have 100 streamers for 3 months, you get, instead of a 70-30 cutoff where Twitch will get 70% of the profits, you get 30. It's now 60-40, where you get 40% of the profits and Twitch gets 60. But there's also more. Affiliates get more money as well. Making affiliate is a little bit easier as well. And I'm trying to wrap my I'm like, okay, where is the bad? So I start scrolling through the article. Where's the bad here? Because this is weird from Twitch. You know what I mean? What do you think, Matt?
Here's the thing. What was the first? I'm going to help you with the bad. What was the first thing you said? What is the requirement?
Requirement: you need 100 followers for 3 months.
So 100 followers. So you need to basically have 100 followers in total. You don't need to have viewers or anything. You just need 100 followers.
I think you just need 100 followers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. That sounds really good. Hopefully this is like I said, anything that's good, we appreciate it. And if Twitch is doing this to help the talented people that are not getting the limelight, then I'm all for it.
Well, I also think too with something with things like Kick and YouTube, where they kind of shrunk down and were able to give more money to streamers and content creators. Twitch had to do something. They had to do something. Because
stop spending money unnecessarily on nothing.
Yes, exactly. But that was a bit of a surprise when I heard that today or yesterday. I'm like, that can't be right. Then I was reading a little bit about it, and I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that kickback from Twitch because it's never been kind of good news. It's always kind of like, if it's good news, it comes with something bad, right?
There's always something included. I agree.
Yeah. So it's good for the little guys. It's good for the small streamers. It's good for people who are just starting out and saying, okay, I don't have to waste like maybe 200 hours a week trying to get affiliate or whatever. Now, this takes place, I believe, on March 1st. I think it starts.
Yeah, early March, yes.
Starts pretty soon. I'm still waiting to hear, though. I'm still waiting.
Well, we'll keep everyone updated, and we'll definitely let them know.
If you're part of Twitch, let us know down below what you think of this whole news as well. Because I might be ballparking it here. I know I'm ballparking it, actually. So, what do you think of this news, though, of Twitch kind of changing their payment, if you will, to smaller streamers? Let us know.
Definitely let us know down below.
I think I'm done with my ranting. I think
the rants are over, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for staying and listening to all that annoying rants going on by the angry, disgruntled gamer.
Yes, I'm done. There was a lot of news, a lot of gaming news. it's been an interesting couple weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has, definitely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing you next week with some more crazy news, with more crazy rants, more controversies. Let's be honest, controversies are always a must, and with always some, hopefully, some good, happy news as well. Until then, you got Nunn and you got Bunny, and we'd like to wish you to stay safe, stay healthy, follow the X.